Hi, I'm Tanner Gao.
And I'm Andrew Rui.
And today we're here from Humber Sports Management Program to talk to you about the 4 stages of group development.
That's right, Tanner.
Well, Andrew, as a leader, I'm always wondering to myself, how am I going to get my team to work most efficiently and use the most time as possible?
And that's where the 4 stages of group development come into play. Now, what these stages are is these are the 4 essential stages that every group experiences when coming together to work towards a common goal and task at hand. The first stage is the forming stage.
Well, what do you do here, Andrew?
Well, Tanner, this is the stage when you're formally introduced to one another for the first time and the group comes together to meet one another.
How's it going? Not bad.
In this stage, work is not the main focus here. You just want to become more familiarized with one another, get a better understanding of where each of you are coming from, and you don't really focus on the work aspect as much as the leisure and the relaxation process. You want to become friendly with one another, and you just want to build that basic relationship.
It's like an icebreaker.
Exactly. So just some typical outcomes that you want to take away from the stage 1 is you want to determine roles within your group. You want to know who's in charge of what, who's excels at one thing better than the other person. You want to know where you all stand.
Okay.
Next, you want to determine a schedule. Now, what this will help you do is it will help members be more prepared for the tasks at hand for that certain day. They'll also know what they should bring, things that they're going to be working on, and it just makes each meeting happen in a more timely fashion, and you get more work productivity done.
Keeps everyone organized, on the same page, kind of thing.
And lastly, you just want to determine your final outcome together. So you really want to know what you're all working towards. You want to know how you're going to get there, the challenges you're going to face, and the hardship that you might have to overcome. But you just really want everybody to be on the same page here. The next stage that your group is going to face is called the storming stage.
And what happens here, Andrew?
Well, Tanner, in the storming stage, this is where conflict and issue is at an all-time high, and levels of negative group cohesion may start to arise. So members might start to bash heads with one another. One input may be more superior than another person's input, and that will cause issue, that will cause conflict, because people will feel like their opinion is not being heard, it's not being voiced, and it just leads to negative outcomes. So in this stage, you're going to see someone or multiple people start to emerge as leaders. Okay, they'll be the head person. They'll be the one who's going to kind of run the show from there. Okay.
It's kind of how I feel in Lisa's class.
Sometimes. Lisa, you're the leader. So yeah, usually in this stage, you'll start to get to know each other on a better, more personal level. So you won't be afraid to speak your mind. Just because you're more comfortable with one another now. So, that's where your conflict might start to arise. It's essential for groups to develop a couple things in here. One being conflict resolution. So if this group isn't able to overcome, the conflicts that they're facing, sadly, not every group will make it through the storming stage. This is actually the stage where if your group doesn't overcome all the obstacles and hardship they faced, well, this will be the stage that they fail at.
It's where you make or break it, kind of thing.
That's exactly where you're going to make or break your group development. Now, Tanner, why don't you tell me about the third stage of group development?
Well, Andrew, the third stage, that's my favorite stage. And that stage is called norming. Now, in this stage, after everyone's come out of storming stage, you're going to see who made it, who's still part of the team, and we're going to go from there. So I'm going to identify some key points for you here under the norming stage.
So this is kind of where you start to gel together. You kind of get a better understanding for one another.
Exactly. So in norming stage, this is where you're going to start to resolve differences with one another. So all the problems are going to be solved. Your decisions are going to be made. Your leaders are already identified. And now you guys are going to start to come together and work towards your main goal.
It's like you can almost see the end.
Exactly. Now, also in this norming stage, you're going to start to appreciate your other colleagues' strengths. So I know you got good penmanship, so I'm going to come to you sometimes once in a while when I need help editing my, portfolios or any kind of task that I need to be edited by. I'm going to come to you because I know that's a huge strength you have.
That's right, but it is improving. I can see that.
Yeah, exactly. So as well, in this stage, this is where your team is going to start to socialize. This is where you're going to create relationships with one another.
Oh, so are you going to invite me to that party this weekend?
Yeah, exactly. You're coming already, bud. So under the norming stage, this is where you're going to want to create a team bonding event or outing. So something you're going to want to take the team out to an overnight trip, maybe at Blue Mountain. You guys got to go skiing for a weekend,
Sounds great.
Create some memories, just create that team bonding atmosphere and just create everyone on the same page. The team morale is supposed to be high at this stage, and everyone's supposed to be focused and happy.
That's what we want.
All right, Andrew. The fourth and final stage is called performing.
This is my personal favorite. It's because you're done all the work here and you just get to have fun and bring it together.
Yeah, so performing, that is the finish line of the stages. Underperforming, this is when, you've already come to your goal, your objective's done, everything's complete. And now as a leader, you can start to focus individually on objectives and new tasks and areas of improvement for individuals within your organization or team.
So the next step kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So in performing, as a leader, you can start to, separate roles, maybe create different groups within this team or individual. So again, under the performing stage, your team morale is usually pretty high already. Everything's completed. This is where you're going to realize that when people leave or join your organization, there's not going to be any disruption within the performance. Everything's already steady. There's not going to be any problems here.
It's time to shine right here.
Exactly. And, now that your mission's complete and you've come to a conclusion, that is the 4 stages of group development there, Andrew.
Follow these 4 steps and you'll be successful within your group.
As a leader.
Thank you.